you want to start creating content, but you don't have time because you have a full-time job. Keep watching. So the first app that I want to talk about is called AppBlock. Now, this app is one of my absolute favorite apps because it helps me block every single app that I don't want for the amount of time that I don't want. It has really cool features. For example, like I can block apps if I'm at a certain address, and it absolutely that you can go on strict mode, and strict mode is really cool because it doesn't even let you get out of strict mode. So you can even delete the app if you want to go around it, and you change your mind like, oh no, I really want to go back on social media, I really want to go on that app. No, strict mode is one of my absolute favorite features because it does absolutely that. It puts you on strict mode and you can check any apps that you decided earlier on that you didn't want to use. And it's just, if you want to save some time, is one of my favorite apps because sometimes we can get like, we know we have to get things done, but it can be real easy to just be like, oh, let me check social media for 5 minutes, and we all know those 5 minutes turn into 20, 30, sometimes an hour goes by, and you're like, oh, I was supposed to do this task, I didn't do it. Oh well, I'll get to it tomorrow. And then the weekend comes around, and on the weekend you don't really want to do much because you have other things that you want to do. Well, with this app you can definitely save a lot of time. It has helped me. I believe it's $4.99 a month, and by no means like I don't regret paying $4.99 a month. Like I'll keep paying that subscription. Maybe I'll go yearly, I don't know. I think I started at $4.99. I just never changed it. However, it's one of my absolute best time management apps if you want to go that route. If you find yourself that you're like, I should be really saving some time, but I don't know what app to use, definitely give this app a go. So the next app that I want to talk about is called CapCut. Now, CapCut, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it before. I'm pretty sure if you use it, if you like editing videos. I know people like different apps, DaVinci, they like Adobe, like Adobe Premiere, or all these different apps, iMovie. Like I used to edit on iMovie. I went onto CapCut, and as far as time management and as far as editing, it makes it so fast to do it, especially with the new captions edit thing that they have going on. Like this thing is super fast. It makes it very easy for me to edit my clients' work, and it's definitely a time saver. And if, again, all these tips that I'm giving you is if you have a full-time job and you're just getting started with your side business, then I think if you are just getting started editing, I think CapCut will save you time. It is very user-friendly, and it takes a lot of the memes, a lot of the trends from TikTok, and just puts it in there for you. So it has a lot of cool features that you can definitely add to your videos if you want to start creating content, or if you have client work. Like for example, for myself, I edit all my work there, and I also edit all my clients' work into CapCut because one, is very easy to use. It is very fast. Like I save a lot of time with CapCut. And if you don't have any app that you really want to use, I suggest giving CapCut a go. All right, the next app that I have for you is one of my absolute favorite apps that I have used for some time now. It's called Structured. And this app, the flow that you can put your tasks in, and the different things, like you can time block it. It makes it very easy for me, at least. It's very easy on the eyes for me to just want to come back to the app, and it's very user friendly. They also have a little bit of AI included in there, but I'm not too fond of the AI feature, as it does have a couple tweaks that I don't like, a couple bugs that I don't really like, but I'm sure once they fix it, it'll be fine. But Structured is one of my absolute favorite apps if you want to structure your tasks, if you want to structure different things that you have to do. It keeps the notifications going. I guess you could put it on your calendar. I guess you could, go on your reminders and stuff like that, and things that you want to do. However, for me, like sometimes you have the repetitive task and I just want to copy and paste it onto the next day. Or they have this cool feature where if you didn't get to it today, you can just drag it onto the next day and just carry on and do it the next day. Another cool thing that I like about Structured is that it will sync with your different apps. Wherever they have a structure available, you can just go in with the code that they give you can sync across apps. For example, let's just say like if I want to plan my day ahead and I'm like, you know what, let me just do it on my phone, and then tomorrow when I wake up, I can just go on my iPad, I can just work it there. And like I said, I know you could go on reminders if you use Apple products. I know you can just go on calendar and everything will sync. However, Structure for me is very easy on the eyes. It's very easy for me to like just go in the app and want to be in the app. The user-friendly part of it is really cool and really easy to use. So for sure, Structured is another go-to app for me that absolutely like makes me want to go back, add more tasks, and then go back in the app and make sure that I finish the tasks. I'm one of those that like, sometimes I set things for myself that I want to do and that I want to make sure that I accomplish it. And I think it's really cool to go back in a week and just be like, oh, I did this on this day and it took me X amount of time. Maybe let's see if I can do it. And say let's say a task took me 45 minutes. I think it's pretty cool if you go back in the app and like how can I minimize the time? For example, if it took me 45 minutes to edit like a 10-minute video, let's see if it can take me 40 minutes. Well, now let's see if it can take me 35 minutes, 30 minutes. And that is one of the things, like I think if you review the time and you can see where the things that you have done, how can you maximize the time and make it better and just shave some time off to gain some time back. The next app that I have for you is Business Suite by Meta. Now, if you're not scheduling your posts and you have a full-time job, I think you are wasting a lot of time. Now, I could be wrong, but I have seen this one creator that has, a good reach, a good following, and they have said that scheduling your posts does not affect whether you grow or whether you don't grow on social media. Again, if you have a full-time job, I think it's very easy to say, well, I'm gonna post this tomorrow at 5, or I'm gonna post this at 6, and I'm gonna post this stories, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. However, when life comes around, sometimes it's very easy to just get distracted and not do it. So I definitely think if you have your posts scheduled, if you have your posts ready to go, it will be a little bit easier for you, and it'll free up some time to create more content. One of the things that I like to do is I like to, for example, like maybe on Mondays or Tuesdays, I like to post my clients' content for the week so I don't have to worry about it. Because if I have to worry about my job and then I have to worry about creating content for me, then I have to create content for my clients, like it's just so much at once that I think sometimes it just makes it easier if I can just schedule it and forget about it. So definitely the Business Suite app by Meta, I think, is a time saver. All right, the last app that I have for you is one of the most simple alarms, one of the best, like the easiest alarms that we all have on our phones is just the alarm. However, one of the things that I do love with the alarm feature is sometimes if, for example, I have an iPhone, I can easily just say, hey Siri, just create an alarm for XYZ, and then I'll create an alarm for XYZ, and then it'll remind me, hey Siri, stop. And I'll create an alarm. So I'll create an alarm for XYZ, and then it'll remind me again. So I think the alarm feature is very easy. It's very, you can just take out your pocket, tell Siri what you want it to say, and then it'll create it for you and it'll remind me. I'm huge on alarms. Like if you know me on my personal life or work, I have over I don't know how many alarms on a daily basis, because one, I don't like missing out work, and two, if you have a lot going on, it's very easy to get distracted and sometimes just forget about the tasks that you had to do. So if you pair the structured app with the alarms app, I think it's a win and you can get a lot accomplished. All right, so those are the 5 productivity apps that I have for you. Now, if you did like it or if you have been using any of this, I would like to know your experience. I would like to know what tweaks or how do you use certain apps, because not only is it going to help me, but it's going to help anybody that watches the video. And it would be pretty cool if you just comment below what kind of apps do you use for yourself, like what kind of apps are do you use if you have a full-time job and if you have your side business, so we can all learn a little bit about what else is out there. And that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the content, and if you did, leave me a comment below, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a good one.